So last time we did on SQL installation, then we know how to create database and know some of the basic stuff like backup and all, right? So today's session is more about that how we are going to create a master slave replication in MySQL. Okay? So before going into our lab, let's understand that what the MySQL replication and how it works. As you can see in this diagram, right? So generally, client applications will go and connect with the MySQL master database. So master database basically a write copy, right, where you can go and do an updates, and then write copy can be replicated to instances of MySQL. So that is basically a slave server where generally only the read operation is performed. So read operation means only you can go and read the data. In this way, you can distribute the load among the MySQL servers, right? So for example, if I have an application, right? I have an app or maybe a website or maybe an e-commerce website where as a customer I can go and retrieve various items. So for an example, Amazon.com or where we can go and retrieve the various items. For an example, I want to search mobile. So this is a read operation. So read operation means it will go and connect to the backend database pool, which basically a slab server. In a slab server, we can go and do the just go and retrieve the item, right? But when we finally do an order, when I finally say that okay, these are the item we are going to be purchased. So when you card and then you go ahead and place the order. This order go and written in a master database, right? In this way, you distribute the load. This is what the main objective behind the master slave database in general. I hope it's all clear, right? So this is how the replication and MySQL server database can be a server, right? Yeah. So if you see in this diagram, it's a pretty clear that how this all happen. For example, a write operation is performed on master database. Master database will write this transaction in a binary log file on a SQL slab server, which is have two different processes running. One is called the IO thread. IO thread go and read the data from the binary log file. Then it write the data in a relay log file. This relay log file data is read by the SQL thread, and with the SQL thread, the data is get committed into the basically. So two important processes which is basically uh, help to deliver this whole process is one is called the IO thread and one is called the SQL thread, right? Right? Which is IO thread and then written in the log file, then we have the SQL thread and it is written in the database. Yeah? Okay, so I think that it's all okay. Now let's come to our lab. So this is the lab manual. I hope every one of you have this lab manual. Seen a lab manual. We have all step by step process. So this whole lab we are going to set in AWS EC2 instance is basically a Ubuntu Linux system. Okay? So in this lab manual, as usual, you will get complete step by step. So let's first go and create a Ubuntu instance. So in the search box, we type Ubuntu and this is the this server we are doing it. So here, as usual, since we are in a free tier, we are going to select T2 micro. Fine. So since the server need to communicate, so we put in the same subnet and go ahead and means that we need two server, one from master, one from slave. So we are going to keep instances in the same subnet. DB is quite for us. Go tag required, and as you remember, we already have a security group. We have created this SQL, open all the necessary ports, right? So for MySQL So as you can see that this MySQL could be already created. All fine, all good. So we are going to use the MySQL key which we have created in our aspect. And go ahead and instance. So far all good, right? I hope it's all clear. Oh, I think that let's create one more new key because I think that old key probably is in another machine, right? Fine, fine. So key here. So now the details are okay. So meanwhile, we will use again to generate file. So now we go code and we browse the file we have just downloaded by SQL, which is in my download folder. Yeah. So MySQL1.pem and the save the private key without any pass key. And so let's say a name like mine. So we are going to give it a name MySQL1 ppk. All good. Now let's check where our instance is. I hope our instance is get ready. Yeah, we are able to see two running instance. Let's see the status. So I hope you remember what we are going to do now. If the instance status is ready, in first is say invite. Make the first one as a MySQL master, and second one will be MySQL slave. Just a name so that it's easy for us to remember. So it is still initializing, so we have to wait for a couple of minutes. All good. So my master is now seems to be ready. So let's go to a putty. Now we are going to an SSH, then auth, and we will browse that file is MySQL one, and there we are going to copy and paste the complete DNS name from the example. Remember, from example, we have to copy from the username Ubuntu last and change my DNS name, and I think I have some spaces, right? This is not all. So yes. So now we are going to our AWS Ubuntu instance. So just for the sake of clarity, let's make the font bigger. And we are going to change settings, balance, and then we go to a change and we increase the font size. So let's make it 18 and the bold, which is perfect. So my instance is now ready. So this is the Ubuntu uh, server, and for me, which is going to Python master. So we have on the server as master. I think the font size is too big. Let me see. Okay, I hope Everyone is able to see now. So this is my server. So now we clear the screen, and this is how we are going to launch the another session. Then we are going to launch the one file, and in the session we are going to connect the slave server. I hope slave server is ready. Yes, slave server is also ready now, guys. And so we are going to connect, and same way we are going to copy the name, the username, and session box. We are going to start, and once we connect, we will change the color code so that it's easy for us to identify which one is the master and which one is the slave. Right, so this is my slave instance. So in appearance, first we go and increase a little bit font size. So make it like 14. So by 40 and hold, and we go and change the color. So for one color, we will go use green. Right, and put yes. So uh, just for the our understanding sake, guys, the green one is a slave, and the white one and is going to be my master. Now this is our lab. From the lab manual, I have already extracted the command. So let's go step by step. So on master and slave, we are going to first update the Ubuntu operating system. So update will run on both master and slave. And then we are going to change the password for the root, because some of the tasks like installation and all, we are going to use the root. So by default, root password is not known. So so us we have changed the password to 123. So the root password is 123, and which is common for server. Right, guys. So we have changed the server. We are also changed the root password. Right? So now we are going to also change the default user is 123. Remember, as of now, we have created a key. Now, we also will change the password to the next user into one key password. So, simple purpose, the password is 123 for Ubuntu also. So, both root and Ubuntu now we have password, and password is 123. Now, on a master, we are going to install or generate a SSH key. Remember, this SSH key we have to use to communicate with them. So simply press enter 3 times. So this is the three enter. That our SSH key is created now in an key. Now here I have to now copy this key to my slave node. For that we are going to use SSH copy command, and for that we are going to also need a key. But before that, uh, let let's first authorize this user to connect using the password. By default on Ubuntu instance, the password is disabled. The password authentication is disabled, and only connect uh, the key. Right? So as you can see, password authentication say no, simply say yes, and we can go ahead and save this configuration and restart that SSH services. So I hope that this is as of now, this step is a common Linux step. Nothing we are doing. So we have been password for the user, and we also now instructing our operating system that we can also log in now on server using the username and password. Uh, so you slave also. In slave, we are also going to use the password authentication so that when we try to interact with the server and use the username and password. So here again, say yes, X, Y, now when we release data, SSD services. Start. Fantastic, guys. So we are done now. Now we can go ahead and use the copy command to copy the key which we have just generated, right? And this is the IP address of the node machine, your slave machine. And when prompted, type the Ubuntu password of the slave machine. You remember password is 123. So simply say that. Verify that, we can go ahead and do an SSH to the slave server. So for that, we are using a command SSH Ubuntu at the rate the IP address of the slave server, which is 172.31.46. Perfect. Now, if you can see that the prompt has been changed, right? Now we are in into the slave prompt. So from there we can run all the commands which is running on the slave. So the host name is saying that it's a 250, right? So we simply log out. Now we have established the key-based communication between both the master node and the slave node. All right, guys. So I think that our prerequisite is completed. Now it's time for us to install the MySQL. For that, we are going to do su root. So MySQL installation is going to use the root. All right. So, but before that, let's do some of the other prerequisite. We are going to a home. In a home, we have a Ubuntu home directory. In a Ubuntu home directory, we are granting the full permissions. This directory we are used to copy our database. So when we have a master database, the master database we will take a backup, and that backup will need to be copy on the slave. So in a slave, we are going to do a copy on Ubuntu folder, home folder. So same steps. We are going to home here to home, and here again see Ubuntu. We are going to grant full permission on this folder, so that when we are going to copy file. So all right, guys. I think that we did most of the job. So let's cd and come out from here. And now we are in a straight away root prompt. I hope you're clear with the prompt now. So the prompt is a normal prompt, is a dollar sign, and hash is a root prompt. So now we are in a root directory. When you say ls, it's not so you now to install the MySQL, we have an use apt-get install MySQL server. Just at the same time, we are updating that also, so that you guys have no problem. Right, guys. So we are now going to install this MySQL server. So remember, it will go and connect with its local repository, and from there it will download the MySQL server, which is 5.7. So the installation is going to start, and we say yes to download, unpackage, and in the installation. So, this whole process is quite simple on Ubuntu Linux. We are running the same command on slave also. So both master and slave. Now we are installing MySQL. And remember, the version is 5.7. take some more 1 or 2 minutes. It is quite fast, guys. While if you are working on another instance, you probably have to do a command to download the packages. SQL is available in all right. So on master, MySQL is installed. I hope it will also installed in Sleep server. All right. So once the installation is done, we can go ahead and log in with MySQL. So we are using MySQL minus P. It will prompt for a root password, and we have supplied the root password, which is 123, and now we are inside the MySQL. So simply, this is what we are going to create a database. You remember that in our previous sessions, we know how to create a database in a MySQL using the MySQL prompt. So the database name is STP. STP database has been created. Now we can go ahead and take all the schema is available. Schema in the database, guys. I hope you remember. So yes, the database is there. Now we are going to create a user called SQL admin, and in SQL admin, we are a password. So we are getting a user SQL admin with the password as password. I'm going to grant this user permission on my test DB database, right? So this user have a complete full permission. Is a now it's a system admin on this database. So now we are going to grant the permission on MySQL server itself. So the permission has been done. Now we can go ahead and create a table inside that database. So we use HTTP, and now we are going to create table command. Right. So create table, we are simple one table. We are going to create three columns in name, each check. Right, right. So we have created a table. Now we are going to insert some data in that table. Perfect now, guys. Oh, the select spelling is wrong. So it's LECT. All right, guys. So we are able to see that entry has been done. Now we can use the disconnect command to check I as well. Perfect now. So these are the columns which we have done. So all right. So we did everything there now. So at the same time, let me click the manual as well. All right, guys. So we did create a database. We create a table. We create the user. Right. So we are all go to now create a master slave configurations. So here we are going to take the dump of this database, and you remember where we are going to take a dump. We are going to take a dump in a Ubuntu folder, and if you remember, we have already given a complete permissions on Ubuntu folder. Yeah, all right. So now we have copied the database backup on Ubuntu. So simply exit, and now we are on a normal user prompt where we are going to copy the database to my slave server. For that, we are going to use the scp command. But before that, let's find out what is the IP. IP is 172.46.250. So we using this IP. So basic command is a secure copy, which copy the backup file, which is testdb.sql, to the home folder of my slave server. Uh, and you remember in last previous step, we already created this full uh, permissions. All right, so database is copied. So backup has been copied. But for restoring this database on the slave server, we have to create a structure there. Means create a blank database with the same name, right, on the slave server. For that, we have to go and log into my slave server in a MySQL. So we are going to log in MySQL. All good. And we go and create a blank database. Because until the structure is not available, you cannot re-export the database, right? So we are going to create a database HTTP. So there is no HTTP available. Now we are going to create a database HTTP. So HTTP is now available, right? So when we go inside the HTTP, we see no table, no data, right? Because it's a blank database, right? So there is no table, guys. Now we are going to uh, restore that copy database here. So before that, we are copy the database from database dump from the Ubuntu folder to a root folder, and then we are going to use this command MySQL, which will restore the testdb .sql dump in testdb database. So dump has been completed. That MySQL has been now restored. I think till now, I hope everything is clear. So now we can log into Slave MySQL and go ahead and check that complete table copy. So it's good. I think the spelling is wrong. Okay, guys, no problem. We can use another command which is show database. So show schemas and show database both are same. And here we see a test DB, and then we can go ahead and check whether inside the DB So at the same time, we also going to create that document. So we are now use the HTTP and we are going to check whether the table exists or not. Yes, we have restored that complete database. So I believe that table should be exist. Yes, the table employee is now here, and we can check all the columns here. It's a DS. The described spelling is wrong, so let me correct it. Okay, all fantastic. So now it should show me all columns. Yes, and when we can go ahead and check the data. So remember we have inserted one data. Yes. So John is here. All right, guys. So now we have done quite a far. Now it's time for to tell that master that hey, you are a master. So how we are going to tell that? We are going to use my.cnf configuration file, right? So we are going to edit that my.cnf configuration file, which is under the etc mysql directory. So to edit, we are going to use root prompt. Now we are going to use the my.cnf. So we are going to use the edit. Okay, so we updated the document, and now we are going to use my.cnf. So this is my.cnf file, which we edited. There we have insert one section under basically B. So we are going to use the nano editor. You can use the vi editor also. I'm quite good. I'm quite comfortable with the nano editor, so I'm going to use the nano editor here. And it's going to be updated. Remember that anything which is related to a server configuration should be inside the MySQL D. So here I'm telling that my ID is one, and you should generate an input file which is a MySQL.in. Right? So and then we once we update it, we are going to restart the MySQL services. Okay? now my server is this particular SQL server is master. So to check that we have to log into a MySQL. So we are using the MySQL -p for a password, and now we are going to check that whether the server ID should be set to one. So on master the server ID is one, and slave one we are going to use the server ID two, and same slave you have is server ID. And then now binary log is start showing that and say that yes MySQL when the binary log is there. Now we are going to use the command show master status. So master status. So yes, this is your master now, and it has a log file which is on 150. Right. Now it's time for to do the similar configuration on a slave, but on a slave we are not going to use the binary log because slave is only reading the binary log. It's not going to generate the binary. So this is a tricky position here in the master configuration. We can also tell the server to generate the log file. Since it is a slave, in slave we do not to generate the log file here. Right. So there are various configuration in this my.cnf file. But before that, this is one thing which we also have to do on both master and slave. That in a MySQL d.conf file, we have to change the bind address from 127 to 0.0.0. It means that I'm telling that SQL server can go ahead and connect any other server or a client outside. It is required to make the server to server communicate with each other. So once this is done, we can go ahead and so when we go to MySQL and we can check, right? So my slave has been started. My process list is done. So source, yes, all right, guys. So this should so everything is all right. We say that slave has been all really log waiting for more, right? So we can go ahead and check. Perfect. So now it's time to update some record in master, and that same should be go ahead and replicate in a slave. All right, guys. So I think that we have inserted on a master. So in a master now we have a one more record which is one, and now when we go to a slave and when we uh, run the selector statement, should able to see this one here as well. Yes. So the one is also now. So alright, guys. So this is how the master and slave configuration is done. For a master, the only thing is that you have to generate the